Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm Nick.
Alex.
Welcome, Nick and Alex. 今日はね、日本の未来将来どっちを使うのコメント言って多分、将来かな将来だと思う。将来の、不安なことが心配。で、この動画をやってる理由は、We love Japan and we want to stay in Japan, but I have a couple things I'm worried about. And I plan to stay in Japan. 例えば、311あったじゃん。The big earthquake?
Yes.
俺の外人の友達みんな書いた、一人ぐらいは残ってたんだけど、みんなビビって書いたんだけど、もう俺は絶対行かないことを決めたの。So, I don't plan on leaving at all.
No, me neither.
But, let's just talk about some things that might become a problem.
Okay. Well, I mean, as you said, there might be a big decision sometime soon.
Yeah. All right, let's start with that.
Yeah.
One thing I think that Japan needs to do is not have basically the political and economic I don't think Tokyo should be the economic and political and social hub of the entire country. I think more companies should kind of do like for instance the original Silicon Valley guys did, which was there was nothing in Silicon Valley at first.
Right.
They built it up and it became this huge tech industry. もう東京だなんていうの IT 会社とか銀行とか全部東京にあるともし何かあったら東京に何かあったらもう経済終わりじゃん。
だよね。
And also politically it's the same, right?
Yeah, but politically it's more difficult to, kind of. Well, I guess maybe the states are a good example of actually having, strong local government.
Yeah. They do. I'm more worried about the states right now than I'm worried about Japan for different reasons. But America's pretty spread out, and I mean, it's really LA and New York, right? But then there's also Chicago. It's a much bigger country, but I think a lot of companies. 例えばね、日本のよく IT 会社は東京の高いところ、麻布とか六本木とかそういう銀座とかそこら辺に会社を作るんだけどさ。If it's like a cloud or like internet based company, it doesn't, that's just a complete status symbol for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no utilitarian purpose to have.
Well, we've learned this year that you don't even have to have an office at all, basically.
Yeah. もうコロナになってからそのオフィスがそんな大事じゃないことが分かったね。And you could have it like in the, you could really build up a beautiful community somewhere probably, I'm not saying like break down an old castle and make a shopping mall, but just spread out a little bit more.
Although that gives me that vibe of, the way Google does it, or like Amazon or big companies, that you have this kind of nice community, well, as you said, community, and then it's like less formal, but then that's probably like not the way Japanese people want to do their business, because it has to be very, hierarchical, and you have to be in a suit, and if you just like kind of like laying around with a laptop and, aren't dressed properly, then that kind of breaks down the idea of how
Don't
to do
talk
business.
bad about Google. It's a great company. Everybody who works there is happy. The future is Google.
No, I am actually saying that...
Don't demonetize us.
I'm saying that I wish Japanese people could do that, but...
No, I think it's becoming more and more common, actually, to tell you the truth.
Very sort of done.
Yeah, done. So. I think a lot of Japanese people are also realizing that, up till now it was like loyalty to your company. Like a lot of the time, I was talking with somebody about this, when you join a company in Japan, they train you like to do everything, basically. And that basically bonds you to that company.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, you don't even need to go to college most of the time to join a company. I mean, you do for like, katagaki purposes, but like, ability-wise.
Yeah. I mean, they don't like... because I'm kind of shukatsu too, I know that it doesn't really matter what you studied, and then it's just like... Yeah, well, we'll just teach you anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Let's say another one I'm kind of worried about is shoshika. Shoshikoreika. Just because, if there's no people, then there's no country, right?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be like no people at all, but...
Yeah, it's pretty bad though. You've only lived in Tokyo. Have you ever been to these like places where it's just like nobody's there? Like there's like 5 people in like the kindergarten or something. It's just like, I don't know. It's obviously a social problem that people aren't having kids.
Well, I mean, if it's that bad, then I'm sure it is.
And you shouldn't have, you shouldn't be forced to have kids or anything like that. But it's kind of weird that people aren't having kids.
I think it's. I'm sure that research has been done, but I wonder what is the sort of the primal reason for people not wanting to have kids.
I mean, this is gonna sound extremely chauvinistic, but I think, and this isn't just Japan. I think there's been a serious decline in masculinity around the world, and yeah.
I don't think that's. I mean, you don't have to be super masculine to have kids.
You don't have to be super masculine to have kids, but if you're not even gonna go up to a girl and like talk to them, have you heard about this on the news? Like guys, and then also women in Japan. I forgot what the number was, but I mean they don't even like. It's not worth it for them to.
Well, that's the. I guess I don't know. You have to have some sort of financial stability for that as well.
Yeah. You should have some financial stability for that. Yeah.
So if you can't really guarantee that things are going to go right, then it isn't worth it because you're going to be, miserable and you have to overwork and then you have to look at the, after the kids and then you have to.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not one of these like tradcon like pro marriage like. I don't even know how good marriage is for guys, to tell you the truth.
Well, how good is it for girls either?
I think it is really good for women. I think women benefit from it more than men, but that's just my opinion.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but when there is koreika, like there's going to be a lot of expenses to pay, and the burden's going to be on all the young people because the old people can't work. This is like not even deep conversation. This is like just joshiki, right?
Yeah. Right.
So the other thing is do you bring in foreigners? Do you the problem with bringing in foreigners is Japan is so esoteric as a country, and I'm saying this is a good thing. その日本の文化もめっちゃ俺はもう今日本に来てもう13年ぐらい、なのにまだ日本人に慣れてないじゃん。まだ日本人はここ変だよと思う時もあるし。You understand? And I can speak Japanese. Imagine being forced to come here even though you don't want to just to make money. You're not going to learn the language. It's not an easy language to learn.
No.
日本語難しいでしょ、勉強するの。あと、その日本の文化はもっと難しいと思う。上下関係とかそういうの。
I mean, I don't think necessarily people who don't want to be here have to come here because there are plenty of people that want to live in Japan, but they can't afford it or.
What type of? But are you saying specialized workers like doctors and stuff like that? Or are you saying like factory workers?
I'm thinking more like young people who could have come here, study here. Well, I'm thinking obviously about myself.
Yeah, you're thinking about like anime otaku. Please don't come. We don't need. We have plenty.
Well, yeah, Japan is not really an anime, so yeah.
No. I'm sure there's lots of people like that, but they're not gonna want to be doing hard labor, is what I'm saying.
I mean, they would be doing, some sort of jobs they could have been doing in a different country, but like here.
And then the other answer is robots, but the problem is robots suck. They are so bad. People are always worried about robots. How would you be worried? They can't even like think.
Yeah, they're pretty annoying.
Yeah. They don't worry. There's no way that's gonna work yet. So.
No, maybe in like 100 years.
Yeah, maybe in 100 years. We're not even close. I don't know. But まあそんなことが不安かな。あと大きいのは。オリンピック来年の。
そうだね。
That's gonna hurt the economy bad, and I know they're trying to go through with it. And I hope, I feel really bad for Japan. I've felt really bad for Japan because of this. This is a big deal, the Olympics, to have it in Japan. まあ皆さんは知ってると思うけど、1964年のオリンピックは that's like what's responsible for Japan being like it is now. You didn't know that? I mean, almost everything in Tokyo, at least, is from those Olympics. That was a huge deal for Japan. I think even like a Omotesando, that was had to do with the Olympics too.
Oh, nice. I mean, I've even noticed some changes. When was it? Like this year? Back in the day when they still thought that it's gonna happen, and they put like English translations of things around, and that was kind of nice of them.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. We'll see. もう心配しすぎかな。
Yeah.
今を生きるしかない。今を生きる？ 今に起きる今に生きる今を生きる Live in the now? I don't know how to say that in Japanese. さっき日本語うまいって自分で自慢したのにそんな簡単に日本語言えないんだ Anyway, what do you guys think? We could talk about problems with Russia and America. I'm sure there'll be a really long list for both of those.
Yes,
多分もうみんな見終わったらもう落ち込んでると思う Yeah. Anyway, see you guys.
See you.
Bye.